Everybody get your fucking hands up.
Hey guys, what's going on? It's Steven4 here, welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to do a zombie map tier list. I know you guys are not seeing it on screen because I was watching YouTube, and I forgot my capture card was on. So let's just turn on display capture, and go here. So we have every zombies map from World at War all the way up to Black Ops 4. And it's going to be hard for when I get to Black Ops 4 because I never played all the zombie maps. I played like some of them here and there, but there'll be certain ones I played for Black Ops 4, and I still get these like stupid ads that like make my laptop very slow. Alright, so the tier system we have here is we got GOAT tier, good tier, average tier, bad tier, and get in the bin tier. So get in the bin tier is, it's probably meaning it's very, very bad. Like very bad. Like nobody should play this map. So, as you guys know, I've been playing zombies for a long time. I've been playing since 2008 when World at War came out, and I'm a huge zombies nerd. Like I watch The Walking Dead, I watch zombie movies. Like my uncle got me this for Halloween, Christmas. Oh, 10 zombie movies. My favorite one is the Night of the Living Dead with George Romero, and I also have some zombie signs right here, pretty much. So that tells you. Oh, one's upside down. It tells you pretty much that I'm pretty much a big zombie nerd. So we're gonna start off with the very first zombies map, the OG zombies map, Nocturne Toten. Now this map was the first zombies map ever in Call of Duty. In order for you to unlock zombie mode, you had to complete the whole campaign, and that's what I did back then. Cause I wasn't that good at multiplayer back then. Like I was pretty trash. The highest kills I got back then were like 10. That's because everybody was so good at multiplayer. And Call of Duty World at War was pretty much my very first Call of Duty game. Like I never played MW, never played the very first Call of Duty, never none of those games. My first Call of Duty was World at War for the PS3. So Nocturne Toten, like I said, you unlock it when you complete the campaign. Very first zombies map. There's this is basically the zombies map. Nocturne Toten is basically in a mission for one of the campaigns. I don't know what mission it is because it's been a while since I played the campaign. Um, all in all, very solid map. Great way to start the zombies community from right there, from day one. That they basically put that in as a gambling mode, pretty much like the gamble to see how well and how successful this was from 2008 all the way up to I don't know what year Call of Duty Black Ops 4 was released, but all in all, not a bad map. I enjoyed it 100%, even though it was hard to train back then. Then the strategy started coming out. People started going for these higher rounds. I remember my first time playing this, my highest round was 15. Because I didn't know how to train. I didn't know how to do anything like I know how to do today. So we're obviously good. And these are just based off my opinions. We have to mention that these are my opinions on these maps. You guys may have different opinions about these maps. But I'm going to give Nocturne Toten God tier. Right off the back, God tier. Hands down, one of my favorites. I've always played it, but now in Black Ops 3, you could play around with your friends and everything. And Black Ops 1, they brought it back and remastered it to make it a little bit more better with the new modern day guns. And they still had the World at War guns. And then Black Ops 3, when they made it remastered, they made it more fun with all the gobble gums, all the wonder weapons like the Ray Gun Mark II, Thunder Gun, even though those were in the remake in Black Ops. But hands down, the original will always be the best. So now we're moving on to Moon, and we're only going to talk about the original maps, not the remakes or remasters. So we're going to talk about Moon. Moon was the last DLC for Black Ops 1. Not a lot of bad things to say, in my opinion, to this map, besides, I guess, I'm going to say the bad things right now. The astronaut. That astronaut was so annoying in zombies. Like, yes, your character would say that the astronauts spawned and whatnot, but if you go through a door and you don't hear him, he basically has a hold of you, and if you don't kill him, before he headbutts you, you're gonna lose a perk and you're gonna be on red screen, and you're gonna teleport around the map. And if the digging thing is down and he spawns you in a tunnel with the digging thing, you're basically dead because there's no air, and then the thing's just gonna be spinning, so you're basically stuck in that room. Um, what was the other thing? The astronaut, and oh yeah, the digging thing. Even though I talked about that, I can't believe that slipped my mind. But the digging thing was so annoying. Like you had to like watch what tunnel it is. Like it would say Tunnel 5, Biodome, Tunnel 11. It was basically all annoying. Even if you just got rid of it, it spawns right back. That's all it is. And that was so annoying besides the astronaut. But all in all, it's not a bad map. I love the jumping effect, and I love the song too, by the way. Um, but all in all, it's not a bad map. I say it is a good map. I wouldn't give it God. It's between God tier right now, like between good tier and God tier. But I'm gonna stick it in good tier. I should have put a bracket there for between the middle. But all in all, I love Moon, and everybody else loves Moon. I even love the remake too when they brought it back for Black Ops 3 Chronicles, for Zombies Chronicles. But it just wasn't the same because of all the gobblegums and everything. I find any of the remastered maps are not the same without with the gobblegums because it just makes it easy. Like I love like a little bit of a challenge and all that stuff, you know. So Moon, really good map. I would recommend playing it. All right, so here's where. So now we are in transit, but here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna talk about the other maps too, like Bus Depot, Farm, and then Town. Those will I'll be talking about them too as well. So transit will be just transit, then it'll be Bus Depot, Farm, and then Town. So let's start off with transit. Transit, I personally I do and do not like this map. I do like it, and then at the same time I don't like it. It's just how the system works and everything. Like you need wind turbines to open up, pack a punch. You need to build, like, I like the power switching where you have to build that. That's cool. The bus is annoying too because it just takes forever. And then when you try to run in the mist, those jumping things pop up. But by the way, Nocturne Toten is in transit. Just letting you guys all know. But those demon things that jump on your head was so annoying because it slows you down when you're running, and if you don't kill it in time, you can go red screen, and then a zombie could knock you down, or a zombie explodes when you accidentally kill it, and then the it explodes and the demon thing rips your head off pretty much. I don't like the Avogadro either. I was playing solo not long ago and he spawned and I couldn't do anything. I didn't have any wonder weapons. All I had was a pack-a-punched AK and a pack-a-punched MP5. Until you have to shoot him and then knife him, but I didn't have the Gava Knuckles. I had the ladder to get them, but the bus, he stops the bus from moving, and then when you get off, the bus just goes. So I'm gonna give transit average. It's at the same time it's an okay map, and at other times it's not. It's just different things. All right, Bus Depot. Bus Depot is basically Nocturne Toten. There's no perks, only the mystery box. And then 2 hits, you basically go down, and it's over, pretty much. So it's basically kind of like that. There's not much to do in there besides hitting the box. So it's not really my personal favorite. I just don't know why they made a solo map for Bus Depot with no perks, just a mystery box. So I'm going to give this a bad tier. Farm. Farm is basically like Verrückt, which we'll get into this tier list later. Farm is basically Verrückt. You have all the perks and the mystery box, but no pack-a-punch. And it's such a small area, hard to train. You can get caught on anything. Like I remember getting caught on the stairs and it was not pretty. And just the way things run in that map, I just didn't personally like it. It wasn't my favorite at all. I found it was way too hard. Even with a full lobby, I just found it was so annoying. because people will be hitting the box on stuff, people getting stuck, trapped, everything. So this one is gonna go in the bin tier. Not my favorite. I do play it. I did play it time to time, but not fully. All right, next one, Town. Town's basically like uh, Darice. I almost said Dire for some reason. Darice. You have all the perks, Pack a Punch, everything. Town is a pretty good map. Even though the other two weren't that good, this one was arguably better than all two of them, to be honest. I love playing this map. I played it first time ever when I finally got Black Ops 2. I didn't get Black Ops 2 until Christmas because I didn't have a job at the time. And then I got the paper route, then I bought mostly all the DLCs, but by the time all the DLCs came out, the season was pretty much over. So Town, I say it's a good tier. I'm gonna put it up in the good tier. It's actually not a bad map. Pretty fun. Grief mode is absolutely fun on this map too. I'm just gonna grab a drink very quick before we continue, and we'll be on Nuketown. Alright, sorry about that. We are on Nuketown. I I'm the same thing with Transit. It's okay map, but a bad map. I It's hard to say because I didn't like how the perk system worked. Like it would fall out of the sky from a nuke and all that stuff, and it's random. So you get quick revive right off the start, which is obviously you get quick revive right off the start, and then it just random. Like you could get jug or speed cola or double tap. It's random too, so you could get like say you're playing a game and the two perks that drop after quick revive is speed cola and double tap. Then you gotta wait a much more longer rounds to get jug. And you could be going down at the time, lose all your quick revives. It's the same thing with Pack-a-Punch too, so it's random when Pack-a-Punch will spawn. But it is cool though that Nuketown takes place during Moon. Because there's a TV playing every couple of rounds, and it shows Richtofen trying to take over the zombies. So I'm gonna in the song, it's basically the Moon theme, like when you load into the game. So I'm gonna give Nuketown the average tier. Like I said before, I like the map and then I don't like the map. So it's kind of like a mix. Next up we have is Die Rise. There's lots to say about this map. I'm just gonna say this: the elevator system sucks. To be honest, it sucks like anything, man. It could suck my big toe pretty much. It's not enjoyable because you have to time the elevators right if it's going up or down. Because you could jump like the far elevator where Pack-a-Punch or Jug or whatever perk spawns there. If you don't be careful, it can go up and crush you. So, and it's not a good thing either. And it's so weird how the perk system works. It switches around here and there. You can get a key if you see Jug. Turn the key and Jug will pop back up. But and the other thing is the splooge gun or the soap gun, whatever you want to call it. It's not my favorite gun or wonder weapon at all in that. I find it doesn't kill, it kills them, but it doesn't kill them when you get into the higher rounds without insta kill. You shoot it, zombies fall, like what do you expect? They're gonna fall. And if you shoot them again, it could explode them. Well, like it bubbles up and could explode them. That's pretty much it. The other thing is how you have to jump from building to building. And if you don't time it perfectly, you could fall off the map. And trust me, that happened to me many times. Or if you don't have Jug, you run and jump and don't land on a mattress, or just miss it by an inch. You're not red screen. You're basically dead. So I'm gonna give this map a bad tier. I don't like it. Not one of my favorites. Not a map I would play all the time or all day every day. Not my cup of tea, I would say. Next up we have is Mob of the Dead. This is a Mob of the Dead is a awesome map. They put so much work into this map. Like when you watch one of their videos talking about this map, they all went to Alcatraz, well some of the crew did, to see everything so they could outline the map and everything and get everything set up, and they did do a story, and I think they read more of like the crime files where three prisoners escaped Alcatraz and never to be found again, and they got away on a boat, and then they used that boat as a plane on the roof. And the funny part is they teased Mule Kick and PhD Flopper in Mob of the Dead, and same thing in Dire Eyes with PhD. They teased it. Like in Dire Eyes, PhD is activated, but you can't get it. Mob of the Dead, it's not activated unless you play Grief mode, and then it is basically activated. And I like the Wonder Weapon, the Acid Gat, the Blunder Gat, the Victrolic Withering, which is the Acid or the Blunder Gat upgrade, and then the I don't know, the Tomahawk, the Hell's Redeemer. That was pretty cool. I love the new boss with Brutus, the Warden. I love that map. I would honestly play my highest round on that map is like 59. When it's just me. Me and my buddy got to round 45, and then we died. But I'm gonna give this map God tier. Really good map. I really enjoy it. Really fun. I play that map pretty much every day. So I give this map a really good thumbs up. Next up is we have Buried. Buried is a good map, but you can get bored with this map easily. Because it's so easy. You could just camp at top of a building with the Paralyzer and maybe a ray gun Mark II. And then you have the time bombs too. And the perk system too. If you go down, you have permanent perks, except for Quick Revive, which you just go back to the witch's house every time you get the perk. And I like the system with the giant Leroy, or Arthur, whatever you want to call him, where he breaks the barriers. And I like that system too, because you get points. Drawing the guns was pretty cool. I enjoyed that system too. But I just find it was an easy map, because you could make Leroy build all the buildables, hit the mystery box so it stays in that one location. Then you could basically go to the bank and get all your money out. So in Black Ops 2, they have a weapons system and a bank system. So you can put all your in transit. If you break the bank vault, you can put money in the bank. And then at the farmhouse in transit, you could place a gun in the fridge, and the gun will spawn in all the maps except for Mob of the Dead and Origins. So Buried, I'd say, is an average map. It could be better if it was a bit more like a train challenging area, but they just made it so easy. Next up is we have Origins, the last DLC for Black Ops 2. I didn't realize I was not saying the DLCs and everything, but it's okay. It's all good. I'll probably say it with World at War though. Origins. I really enjoy this map. I really 100% do. This map, they put so much work into it to finish off the story for Black Ops 2. Like all of our characters, like you go from our characters in World at War to like characters that are fighting to save Samantha and all that stuff, and change the storyline, because the storyline changes when you go to Black Ops 3 and Black Ops 4. But I like the idea of building staffs and upgrading them, and then you deal with a Panzer robot guy or something. You go into the robot to get the staff pieces. You activate generators to get the perks, and then the cool camo. Oh, that camo was so awesome in Origins. So if I had to put it, I put Origins at God tier. Origins was a good map. I enjoyed it. They made it a little bit more challenging because you have to go to generators if they're being attacked, and then you have to battle the Panzer where it respawns. But all in all, good map and a good Easter egg too. Next up is we have Verrückt. Verrückt was the second DLC for World at War. And actually like this map. It's a bit challenging because it's hard to train. There's hardly any training space in this map at all. In this map, you got the perk system, which is the first time the perks are in the game. Juggernaut, Quick Revive, Speed Cola, Double Tap, and the Mystery Box can switch locations. But all in all, it's a good map. The Wonder Waff does. Let's say the Wonder Waff makes an appearance, but it does not make an appearance. But I believe the PPSH makes an appearance in this map for the first time. I'm not sure. I can't remember. But Varrook, I see what they went with this map. They made it scary. That's what they wanted. Like, you can go around the map, hit these spots, little Easter eggs, everything. Hit the chair with the drill. Then if you go to the shower and stay in the shower, the shower will pour on you. I don't know if it was blood or water. And then you go to the toilet, flush the toilet to activate the song. So, for me, I'm going to give Varrook a good tier. They made it scary. They made everything about this map good, and this map is in I think the last mission of the campaign. I can't remember, but I give Varrook a good tier. Next up we have is Shadows of Evil. Sorry guys, a yawn's coming. Alright. Next map, Shadows of Evil. It's the same thing with Transit. It's the same thing basically with Transit in Nuketown. Not really. I'm gonna put it with mostly Moon in Town. I like it. It's a bit of a challenge, but the annoying thing is the Margwas. The Margwas are so annoying. It's hard to defeat them in a high round. But my strategy is when he spawns, you go to like that police robot thing, and once when he crashes down, it kills the Margwa one shot. Or basically one touchdown, basically. It kills him, you keep going. I like the idea of the Apothecon Serpent. I think that's what it's called. I love that wonder weapon. You used to be able to pack a punch it by you have your gun you can pack a punch. You flip it and it'll automatically pack punch that gun. But then they found out about it. They patched it and you couldn't do it again. All in all, not a bad map. Quite annoying with the Margwas and everything. So I'm gonna give this map a good tier. I enjoyed this map. It was the first map for Black Ops 3. I enjoyed it. I had fun with it. Got to round 101, by the way, on this map. Never doing that again. Next up we have is Durizendra. Or Durizendra, or whatever you want to call it. I got to take a drink real quick. Alright. Next up we have Durizendra. Or Durizendra. I'm going to say this is a average map. I'm going to say that it has its moments. The Easter egg was pretty easy, not gonna lie, but it was just hard with the bow steps. And then the Panzer obviously makes his return. And it was kind of cool to see that, and dogs too. You can't go wrong with the dogs, because that's a pretty easy round. You just have like a shotgun or the ray gun or something. Takes them out instantly. But the last of the, I don't know. I find it was kind of an easy map if you know where the training spots were, which was basically the rocket place, the part where Pack-a-Punch would spawn to, and then I think down where Speed Cola is too. I think those were like the easy spots to the train, and especially with the bows. The bows made it, I think it was the wolf bow or the lightning bow. I can't remember. That made it so easy because it just kills the zombies like anything. Oh, my dog came in. Get. Oh, my dog. Oh, I can't make a video with with the dog running around. Alright, sorry about that. But I am gonna give the Lazandra a average tier. I just find it's a bit easy, in my opinion, if you know what you're doing. People might have different opinions, but I'm just going to give this an average tier. Next up is we have the Giant. I know I said I was going to do remakes of the map, but for some reason they put it here twice. But to be honest, I'm going to give this a average tier as well. It's not the same. It is the same map, but just different mechanics and everything. Like, if you do the main Easter egg, Maxis is talking to you and all that stuff. And this Easter egg is basically part of the storyline. Which they go back here, kill the Richtofen, and as soon as he teleports Maxis and Samantha away. But I'm going to give this an average tier. It's not the same. It's the same map, but just doesn't have the same feeling as the original. So I'm going to give this an average tier. Next up is we have Zetsubu no Shima. What can I say about this map? This map has so many annoying things. Like, you have death barriers, you have the annoying Easter egg where you have to get the cogs and everything, like the work the elevator, shoot off the gun, the spiders, the thrashers, so much annoying things. And a lot of things you can get stuck on too to get you killed. In my opinion, I don't like it. It's a really bad tier. I'm gonna put it in the bad tier category. Not one of my favorites. The Easter egg was cool and all, but if you don't time things right, you're gonna die, and then or death barrier will kill you. All right, next map, Gorod Krovi. This map, I really enjoyed it. The Easter egg may be difficult when you're doing solo and you're trying to do everything right, but all in all, it's a really good map. They brought back the PPSH, which everybody loved. They made the Raygun Mark III, and I really enjoy this map. It was a very interesting map. Good storytelling too. When you go back to Stalingrad, I think that I said that wrong. I don't know, but it is part of the campaign mission for one of the missions in World at War, where when you're getting slayed by like the Germans and all that stuff, and you fight back the Germans. I can't remember that mission. It's been a while since I played that campaign. So I'm gonna give this a good tier. Love the map. Gorod Krovi was a good map. Probably almost one of the best maps on Black Ops 3. Next up is we have the last DLC. Well, regular DLC, not remastered. Regular DLC for Black Ops 3 Revelations. This map brought so much into this. Treyarch brought a lot into this map. They brought back so many maps to combine into one zombies map. They brought back Nocturne Totem, Mob of the Dead, Origins, Kino. Even though they had the Last Draw, which was basically a new map. But they put so much effort into that map. But the thing was, you basically get the Thunder Gun and the Empathic Serpent at the same time. And it just made it easy. You get all your perks, and then you get your 11th perk, which could be, or 11th and 12, which is basically stamina and Juggernaut again, but it gives you more speed and then more health. So that made it pretty easy, and you can get a zombie shield and just train inside the Apothecary Serpent or in Kino. So I'm going to give this an average tier. I like the map, but I just find it was too easy. And I got to around 100 on this map, by the way, too, as well. So this one will go in average tier. Next up is we have Voyage of Despair. So this is the first map for, I think it's the first map for Black Ops 3 or Black Ops 4. And to be honest, I don't like this map. I honestly don't. Like, so much things, there's a lot of problems with this map. Like, game would crash, there'd be glitches. and it just didn't feel like zombies. And with the removal of Juggernaut, which was the stupidest thing ever to remove, I just didn't have fun, honestly. Even though the Wonder Weapons were cool and all, but I just didn't like the way it was laid out. I know I liked how they used the Titanic. I love that part, but just not my cup of tea, really. Not one of my favorites. So, Voyage of Despair, get in the bin. Next up is we have 9. This is this is pretty much a bad map in my opinion. In my opinion, it's a pretty bad map due to like you have to like battle these guardians to get the perks to work. You have to go in the tunnels to like go to pack a punch. You have to fight this giant spider looking zombie thing that like spawns mutant zombies. I just didn't like that. I just didn't enjoy it. Wasn't fun, but amazing song by Avenged Sevenfold. Amazing song. But besides, if the map was good, I would enjoy it. Just because Avenged Sevenfold, like if Avenged Sevenfold didn't make the song, it could probably been in the bin tier. But since Avenged Sevenfold made the song for this map, it's gonna go in the bad tier. I just didn't enjoy it. The Scorpion gun didn't really kill the zombies when you got to a higher round. So this map is gonna go in the bad tier. Alright, next up is we have Blood of the Dead, which is a remake of Mob of the Dead. It's the same thing as Voyage of Despair. I didn't like it. Or not Voyage of Despair, 9. I didn't like it. I honestly didn't enjoy it. They had so much things to do in the Easter egg. The Easter egg is so hard to do solo, in my opinion. Like, yeah, they brought back the Blundergat and all that stuff, and you could upgrade it to get the different ones. But the Blundergat didn't work. This doesn't work the same. Same thing with the Acid Gat. It never worked the same. It just doesn't. It's so different. Like, yeah, they brought back a remake of Where Are We Going? But just not my cup of tea. Again, not a cup of tea. I'm gonna keep saying that a lot probably. I just didn't enjoy it. Honestly, I just didn't enjoy it. It's not fun. It's not the original Mob of the Dead. So this one is gonna go in the bad tier. Next up is we have Classified, which is a remake of 5. I don't know why this is like acting up now. Alright, there we go. This is an average map. Well, it's between average and bad. I I find it was cool that they got rid of the Pentagon Thief, which was the annoying part about 5. But Classified is just not the same without the characters like JFK, Nixon, and all of them. It's just not the same. It's really weird playing 5 without like the Pentagon Thief being there and then not being like JFK and all them, which was pretty cool that they added those guys in there. And like, yeah, I know that they're trying to fix the storyline and all that stuff, but uh, not a map I would play a lot. I did play it when I first got Black Ops 4 and I got to round 85. That's the thing too. If you got to a high round, you had to go to the next round so it could count. Like when I got to 80, I got to 86, but it registered at 85. So that's the other thing I didn't like about it. So this one will go in the bad tier. Next up is we have Dead of the Night. I only played it once. Didn't like it. That's all I got to say. I didn't really play it a whole lot. So it's going to go in the bin tier. Next up is we have Shi No Numa, the second DLC for Call of Duty World at War. I really love this map. I loved everything about this map. They brought back the perks, they brought back the mystery box moving around. And then this is when one of the best wonder weapons in the game was in there. The Wunderwaffe DG2. Uh, I find it was a really nice map. I really enjoyed it. Pretty easy to train. And by the way, guys, I'm gonna be doing a live stream trying to I don't know when though. Trying to get to round 50 on Shinuma, or maybe round 100. Maybe we'll see. But honestly, I gotta put this up in the good tier. I enjoyed it 100%. Really fun. Good song too by Kevin Sherwood. One of the best songs I've probably listened to. So Shinuma goes up in the good tier. Alright, we're almost done. Ancient Evil. Played it once. That's all I gotta say too. I didn't really play it a whole lot like I did before. So that's one will go in the bin tier. Next up is we have Alpha Omega. Alpha Omega is another remake map, and it's a remake of Nuketown. Besides the multiple ray guns you can get, I just didn't like the system. Like how it runs and everything. Like you have to go around, activate these generators, not generators, you have to stay in this one room to like activate the thing to spawn. Or go pack a punch. The Easter egg was pretty easy, and the Avogadro made its return in this map. But I just don't like it. It's a bad map. I just didn't enjoy it. The song was pretty bad too. Besides the Kevin Sherwood song and the Pentagon, the Classified song, all the other songs sucked. Like they weren't good. So this map will go into the bad tier. Next up, we have Tag der Toten. So Tag der Toten is a remake of Call of the Dead. It's not a very good map. Honestly, it's not. It's not the same without George Romero. And I know they made a tribute to George Romero, and I liked how they brought back the original, the BO2 characters. But it's not the same. It's a way different map. They made it really big. They made every mechanic weird. The Easter egg was kind of weird. Like, yes, I know Tag der Totens when the zombie storyline is over. Because in Cold War, this storyline does not exist anymore. Like, they're on their own lives. So Tag der Toten was not a really good map, in my opinion. And it's not going to go in the bad tier list. It's going to go into the bid. Even though I played it a lot, I just didn't enjoy it as much as I thought I would. Next up we have is Der Riese. Der Riese, the last DLC map for Call of Duty World at War. The best zombies map on World at War. Far down. No one could probably disagree with me on that one. Probably people will. Is one of the best zombies map on World at War. It brought the Pack-a-Punch. They brought their very first Easter egg to the game, even though they had radios in Shimunuma. But this has radios as well, telling the story on how Richthofen turned on Maxis and how Maxis and him were trying to make an undead army, basically, to help the Germans win the war. But I love this map. Very good song. Well, I could disagree with the song, but very good map. Love it. It's definitely 100% going GOAT tier. Next map is we have Kino der Toten. Let me just say this. Best zombies map of all time. Out of all the Call of Duties, best map of all time. No one could disagree. No one could disagree. You have everything there. You have like teleporters to teleport you around to get the Pack-a-Punch, and then teleports you around to different rooms. Then you have an alleyway. You have the most awesomest song, 115. You have the Thunder Gun, which was one of the craziest weapons of all time. And by the way, there was a glitch in Black Ops 2, or Black Ops as well. If you enter a code, uh, Mule Kick is unlocked for every map. Just letting you guys know. But this has to be one of not one of the best zombies map of all time. So this is definitely 100% going up into GOAT tier, 100%. I don't know if this is gonna work here. Yep, there we go. GOAT tier. Next up is we have 5. 5 was actually a really good map. Not gonna lie, like I know it's tough to say because of the Pentagon Thief stealing your guns, but if you have a crappy gun that you barely use, just switch to that gun, shoot him, and if he takes it, shoot your other gun. That's what I always did. And the train spot was kind of difficult because it was basically in the labs, not the labs, the uh laboratory, not laboratory. I don't think it's laboratory. I don't know what the area is called. The main area, I believe. Not upstairs, downstairs. And the cool way to get Pack-a-Punch is the sorry. Yeah. Activate the death cons and everything. And good song by Eminem, even though I don't know why they put Eminem in a zombies map, but okay. But all in all, it wasn't a GOAT map, but it was a good tier. I'm gonna say this was a good map. Next map we have is Ascension. Ascension is a good map. I find it was a bit easy. Well, it's between good and average. But I'm gonna put in good tier anyways, because it was a good map. You had a different type of boss zombie instead of dogs, George Romero, or the Pentagon Thief, or the Panzer Soldat. You had monkeys that try to steal your perks, but then if you kill them before any of them touch the perk machines, you get a perk. And it was pretty fun using like the Luna Landers to activate Pack-a-Punch. You get to shoot a rocket that like flew in the sky. But all in all, it was a good map. So this map will go in the good tier. Next up is we have Call of the Dead. I enjoy Call of the Dead. Not because the Avenged Sevenfold song is good, but I enjoyed this map. It was fun. It gave you like a little bit more to explore on the map. Like you have a broken bow, you have a lighthouse. You have a zombie producer chasing you out the whole map. Sorry about that. Chasing you the whole time. And you could kill him to get a free perk in the death machine. Or if you complete the Easter egg, you get a Wonder Waff when you kill him every time. But I'm going to say it was a really good map. I'm going to put this at a God tier. Next map is we have Shangri-La. This map puzzles me a whole lot. Because you have to do so much to get power open. You have to avoid certain zombies. You have to avoid the fire zombie or the screecher. If the screecher screams, your screen goes blurry and you can't see. You have annoying monkeys that steal your drops. You have no training spot. Legit, you have no training spot. You have to find a certain brick to push to get Pack-a-Punch opened. It's not really much of a good map. So I'm going to give this a bad tier. Alright guys, so there is my tier listing of all the zombie maps from Roulette War all the way to Black Ops 4. Now this is just my list. Your list may be totally different, but that's okay. That's all your guys' opinions. This is my opinion on these maps. So guys, I hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, oh, why is my screen not working? Don't know why that's not working. Okay, there we go. But guys, I hope you guys did enjoy this video. Okay. Let me go back here. If you did, please leave a comment, see more, hit subscribe button, hit notifications whenever I go live, post a video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.